Hello and welcome to Bangers and Mosh, the only podcast with more tears than a wedding cake. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Baz.
Not Buffer.
Buffer.
Lads, it's the most wonderful
Oh.
time of the
How
year.
the, how the fuck is it here already?
Mate, it's album of the year time again.
Yes, come round well bloody quick this year, innit?
It has flown by, man. Absolutely
Mm.
flown by. I think this is the most secret squirrel we've ever been about these lists. Like this has been some top secret Area 51 shit.
Yeah,
These
Def's
these
taking
lists,
it to
didn't
the
they?
next level, mate. He's been Danny Tight-Lips, hasn't
Well, the thing is, it was only that 1 year that we said when it was
Eh,
pharmacist year where it was obvious, and I thought I'm never going down that road again.
Yeah, but Dev, you've gone down. We don't even know any of your
Yeah,
40.
we don't know.
That's
not
not
just
bad.
your
I
number
know.
one.
I know.
Don't know any of it. He's not
that's
said nothing.
That's my James Bond, mate.
Like, genuinely, I have no idea what's going to appear on your list. Like, maybe a handful tops for both of you, but apart from that, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah. Jim's is just 40 one of nines.
I've just got one of
Just,
nine 40
one
times.
of one of 40. Here we go.
How have you found this year's list compared to previous? Like, for me, this was the least painful.
Yeah.
Like outside of bronze, which is always the hardest one, always is. We say it every year. A lot of mine has been in place for a while,
Yeah, same.
I have to
Same.
say. There was 1 month later in the year, you'll probably know which month that is, that threw a bit of a hand grenade in here.
Yes.
Hmm.
And that month really did produce like some albums of the highest quality. But I think, I mean, there's been less bands I think that we all collectively love putting
Mm.
records out this year, which is why I think this will be our most diverse 40. I think there'll be
Yeah.
more different range of bands this year.
I
Yeah,
think so.
definitely. Definitely. My listening tastes have changed. Well, not changed, but like gone right back to kind of when I was a lot younger this year.
Mm.
So yeah, it's just,
Y-
I've not really spent masses and masses of time with new releases, if you know what I mean, this year.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. You go through these phases and stuff, don't you? Like,
Yeah,
like I think it was last year at some point. I remember messaging you two, and I was like, I'm really struggling with any new death metal at the moment. I'm
that's
just
it.
like, just
That's
not
it.
feeling it. And then other
Yeah.
times you'll not be feeling another certain type of music, and
Yeah.
that's how these 40s just like throughout the year things change, don't they? And they move around and
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
think
found. Oh, sorry,
when
Daz.
when you're doing it as long as we have, which isn't that long really, all things considered, but sort of found this year, I'm just like, do you know what? I could shift this around, but I can't really be asked. You know what
well,
I mean?
well, mate, you
If it's
just
like
have
if
to,
it's in, it's in.
yeah, you just have to go with your instincts, don't you? Like
Yeah,
you don't have to spend. As we've been doing it more, I spend less time worrying about if something's gold or if something's silver. Do you know what I
that's
mean?
it.
Like
That's exactly it, mate. Yeah.
I used to be like, oh God, no, is that one good? Now I'm just like, nah, that looks good. I like the way that looks. Yep.
Yeah, same. It's
I've
in the
kind of,
40.
yeah, I kind of got a different. The way I've approached bronze this year is albums that I remember making a big impact, but I've not necessarily had the time to go back to as much. So that's the
Oh, that's
way I looked
interesting.
at. Yeah, that's the way I looked at it to make choosing bronze a bit easier. Because, like we said, it's always been there.
That's the tough one. It is the
Yeah,
toughie because it's
Mm.
like what counts as like 40 and 41. What's the difference?
and it's yeah, limit like we said, definitely. It always eliminates these 10 eliminate 50 other albums. So it's
Exactly. And it's like, yeah,
Well,
it's tough.
well, you could get around it, couldn't you? By just doing a 300 albums of the year. Nothing misses out. I'm just going to cover everything.
nothing misses out.
Yeah,
Then you can't
nothing
lose, can
misses
you?
out, mate. Yeah, that's it. Can't lose. Uh,
So for anyone that's new listening, we do a top 40 tier system: 10 bronze, 10 silver, 10 gold, 10 platinum. Each tier has a king, culminating in the king of platinum, of course, being the number one album of the year. Easy peasy, innit? Saint and Grievesy.
yeah,
Exactly, mate.
It
I
couldn't
love it.
Never a
couldn't be
stress.
never a stress. Couldn't be any easier than that. Um, so as is tradition, lads, let's have a stab at guessing each other's number one album of the year, and we'll revisit these at the end of the 40. Right, Daz, I think yours might be Employed to Serve
Okay,
because I know you've been on a massive like metalcore kick this year,
I have.
and I remember you fucking really, really loved that album.
I did.
So I'm going with that. Employed to Serve. Danny Tight Lips, fucking hell. I think it's just a stab in the dark. This, I think it might be Mortual or Altar of Brutality. I remember how much you
Oh, that's a
loved
shout,
that
Jim.
record. Yeah, yeah. So I'm
Interesting.
going with that, mate.
Okay.
Okay, if yours isn't 1 of 9 or Castle Rat, Jim, I'll be shocked.
Okay,
Um,
okay, okay.
for Death, I've got no idea, but I would probably double down with what you said. Like Mortual, he loves his Morbid Angels, and he can't tear away from it.
That's it, mate.
It's
Yeah,
nailed in.
I think it's that.
But this is a
Yeah,
new 40, and I've left Morbid Angel aside, so you can't change your pick now, lads. Sorry.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Right. For Jimbo,
Yep.
I'm convinced it's Blood Vulture.
Okay.
Convinced,
Oh,
convinced, convinced. Because I know you loved it. I know you love 1 of 9. I know Asteroid was up there. I know there's a few others. But I know Blood Vulture is the one.
Okay. Okay.
I think. I'm confident.
Yep.
Daz, tough. Havoc Runu, possibly.
could
Skinhead
be.
or Doomsday, I've got down for you.
Oh, okay,
Ooh.
interesting.
I know that Skinhead album done
Yeah,
something for you.
yeah, it
And I
did,
know
mate.
that Doomsday album really fucking pulled
Did.
your plonker.
Both of them a cup and a bollock each.
Yeah. So they're the three that I've got. I can't. You're difficult this year because you.
Yeah,
It's I don't think it's one of them three, but that's the best I could do.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
fair
it,
enough.
mate. The
That's it.
best you can do, isn't it? That's
Exactly.
the
All
way
you
it's
can
been
do.
this year
Yeah.
because of the Secret Squirrel business that we've been on.
Exactly.
Right then, lads, let's kick it off. The album of the year 2025 with the bronze tier. My first pick is an album that came out in May on Triple B. The brilliantly named LP 2025 by Bad Beat.
Oh yes.
What could be
Oh,
more
nice.
appropriate to open it up than with an album called LP 2025? One of the most addictive, fun, hardcore records of the year. This 14 songs in under 14 minutes. You know, it's hardcore punk with little blast of power violence in here. Got some of the sickest, like, skank parts and best mosh riffs of the year on this record. One of my favourite vocal performances on here as well. Jimmy Lawson putting in one of the best. He's got just such a ton of old school punk sneer to his voice, hasn't he? Full of
Yeah.
attitude and maybe a world record for the use of the word fuck on an album as well.
What, overtaking in Biscuit?
Mate, I think this would beat it.
Could be.
Yeah, yeah. Sample of the year as well. The Something About Mary sample at the start of Entitled is absolute genius. Just step into my office. Why? Because you're fucking fired. Mate, every time. Yeah, I've spun this album a bunch this year, man, and I felt like it was the perfect album to kick off this year's festivities. I've picked a favourite track for each of my records, so
Same.
I'm going with Lost is my favourite track. You kick off a track with drums and bass.
Exactly. It's a winner.
Yeah, and I'm sold, man. So yeah, my first pick, Bad Beat LP 2025.
Awesome choice, man. So from one hardcore band to another, my opening pick is Death Before Dishonored's Nowhere Bound.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
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 man.
yeah. Like the nostalgia factor for this is like pretty big, man, as well. I've always loved Death Before Dishonored, and there was like a big gap between the last album and this one. I think it was like 6 years since Unfinished Business dropped. But you know, Chris Zeus Harris done an incredible job on making it sound crisp and sort of like gritty and street at the same time. Chunky, fast, hardcore riffs, two-step in madness, quality breakdowns, and the familiar vocals of Brian Harris, mate. It's just like an old friend, you know, you haven't seen for ages, years.
Elbow in you in the bridge of the nose.
Yeah, elbowing you in the bridge of the nose. You haven't got any health insurance, and you know, it's just no frills, classic Boston hardcore, and that's my pick, baby.
Beautiful.
Right.
Right, Death, here we go. He's been fucking.
He's been telling us that.
Yeah, go on. He's been telling us.
I would say sorry. Just on my computer, my thing has just gone. Where is it? Oh god! Right, I've got to do it from my phone now. Oh, it's actually gone. Oh no, where is
Oh,
it?
is it? Oh, I thought you were deliberately keeping us.
Yeah, so did I.
off.
Because Dev has been
He's
telling us
deleted
that this is going to disgust us to our very core.
Yes, he
Here we
has.
go.
Oh God, he's found it.
Here we go.
Is he doing this on purpose?
No, no, no,
I
no,
don't
no.
know.
Ramp
Oh,
up
see, I
the,
thought he did. I thought he did, and then
So
you could see
exciting.
then you could see the terror in his
Yeah,
face.
he
Pure
was fucking
terror,
sweat
yeah.
pouring down his face.
Fucking hell. Right, here we go, boys. Oh, fucking hell. I just pressed the wrong button on the keyboard and it went. And it was like, shit. Right, so, unfortunately, it's not hardcore I'm kicking off. It's going to give it away big time. Death Doom Pioneers, album number 17. What better way to kick off Bronze than the brilliant Ascension by Paradise Lost?
What the hell? Oh my
I told you.
God, no way.
Jim's face as
The
soon as I said-
opening album in Bronze is
opening
Paradise
album
Lost.
in Paradise
Oh,
Lost.
fuck this, I'm going.
That is a shocker, Def. Honestly, that is a big.
I'm off,
It's in,
mate.
hey, it's in the 40, mate.
I don't care.
It's in the 40. I still love it. Hey, this is not Deftones.
Cool, mate.
She's
Oh,
worse,
honestly,
quite
I'd have,
frankly.
That's
I'd have,
next.
I'd
That's
have
next.
disconnected.
So, Paradise Lost, as we know, Paradise Lost, 17 albums. They bring back that classic feel of sound with sort of a modern execution. So they go back to that era of, you know, Gothic icon, Shades of God, Draconian times, and bring it up to this, well, sort of modern way that they've always been doing it. They've been on sort of a roll with the last sort of 4 or 5 albums, and they just seem to be improving. I personally think it's not as good as the previous album.
Well, obviously
I
not because it's
think
40. You can.
I think that was slightly better.
Wow.
But this still has a lot to give, man. I mean, tracks like Serpent on the Cross starts like The Unforgiven at the beginning. You know, then it goes into that classic sounding Paradise Lost riff from Greg. Tyrant Serenade's got that real 90s feel to it, sort of mixed with Typo Negative as sort of the beat comes in. Silence Like the Grave goes straight into like a Draconian time sound, much more heavy, chunky feel to the guitars. So they sort of let loose a bit, a proper sort of metal riff. And then you got tracks like Delirium, which is like a classic Shades of God sort of sound era. But the way they bring back these familiar tones that we love, and they blend them more melodically, and they can still bring out these hooks. Thanks to fucking the man Greg McIntosh. He's got to be one of the best living guitarists at the moment. He just, what he makes on here and on previous Paradise is just pure art, man. He just pulls out hooks, melodies, and he just combines them into masterpieces. Absolute solid album. Nick Holmes still sounds fucking incredible, man. He's still got that sort of Hetfield-esque about his vocals. And then he sort of brings it down to this sort of spoken word type sort of vocal that he does. It's unmatched. But yeah, I like this album. Even though it's 40, it's a great album. I'd like to have a shocker on Bronze. So this is the stepping point. If this is the first Bronze album, that says it all, mate.
I can't believe
Well, I told you.
I do like that you do this sort of mad shit, though. To be honest with you, because like I'm sure, like our listeners are just as like I can't wait to see the rest of your list, mate. If that's
exactly.
Well, that's it, isn't it?
This is the starting point. So yeah, first one
can only go up from here, can't it?
Exactly, mate.
Yeah.
Paradise Lost, Ascension.
Good
First
pick,
one.
mate. Well, it's not a good pick. Right. Album number 2 for me then came out in August on Creator Destructor. Our boys in Barbarous with Initium Moore's that sharp, savage, straight to the throat death metal assault, man. 8 tracks, under 30 minutes, not a wasted second on here. And an album very much like Bad Beat that I had first. I've absolutely caned this record this year. It's got that classic death metal approach with that razor sharp modern feel to it. And like the best death metal, it's catchy, it's tons of fun. Songwriting is fucking excellent here, man. These dudes know how to craft a song. There's elements of all the different death metal subgenres chopped up perfectly on here. You've got bags of groove, you've got melody, killer lead work, Our boy Travis LeBurge vocals are fucking killer. Considering this is his first ever vocal performance on a record, it's mind blowing,
Yeah,
man. Quite frankly, and to top it all off, you got a dang Seagrave artwork. I mean,
that's
What more could you
what more
want?
huge.
could you want? Creator Destructor have been absolutely caning it this year,
Mm,
man.
mm.
This is just another top release from that label. Favorite track, Conscious Decomposition, man. That breakdown riff at the end, like that. Now it's their time to suffer. Into that breakdown is absolutely top tier. Yeah, my second pick, Barbarous Initium Moors.
Cool, man. So my next pick is another hardcore album, but this time it's from the UK.
Oh,
Desolated, Finding Peace.
Oh,
I
nice.
thought this would be in there, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the thing is, right? It's 23 minutes. That's the problem with these hardcore records. They're like 23 minutes.
They pack a lot though, innit, in
They
that
pack a
time.
lot into it, and you just think, oh, this is like, I can't get enough. So you just want to keep replaying it.
Yeah,
I mean, this is the audio equivalent of having your bone marrow removed by a claw hammer, essentially, isn't it? Like it's so heavy, and like, and for them to be able again, like, to put out an album 10 years later. It's been 10 years since their last release, which
yeah,
is
yeah.
a hell of a long time. And by switching it up and putting Tony Evans on vocals, I think that was like a kind of masterstroke. I always liked Desolated, but the vocals were quite unique in his style beforehand, and I feel like this suits the sound better. It's just plenty of nasty beatdown moments that will just make you want to crush a doll's house. Um, yeah, just I think by coming back with this album and its striking sort of artwork, I don't know what that is. That's like a Carly on the front of it, I think. Um,
It looks kind of sheltery, doesn't it? The
yeah,
the album cover.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a nice, colourful album cover, which you probably wouldn't necessarily match up to the music, I suppose. It's quite bleak, but yeah, this release just cements them as a long-standing institution of UK hardcore. And I thought with this particular release, they've just breathed new life into their sound. Not necessarily reinventing the wheel or anything, but it's definitely like a nice, fresh and take on what they were doing before, mate. So yeah, Desolated, Finding Peace, baby.
Beautiful.
Good pick, mate. Okay, first death metal album for me. This is the third album on Mi Sacco Un Ojo. It came out on the 7th of February. Prenarith, Ashen Womb.
Ah,
Cool.
yes, mate. Yeah, yeah, boy.
Danish
Well,
death
early
metal.
doors, this, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
it did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they return, showcase their quality and dominance of underrated as hell death metal. They're a band, as we know, with a wealth of death metal experience. Two members are in Undergang, and there's members of Chaosium and Sequestrium as well. So basically, death metal Danish royalty, and we know that Danish death metal hits different. This has got that real sort of doom layered atmosphere to it. It's sort of at the forefront of the album. Previous album, Chimera, was really good. I think this continues that blend, but it also produces sort of more sounds that we haven't heard before on previous releases. It's catchy and creepy. There's so many layered hooks underneath, the abyssal tones, real dirgy guitar riff, bottom of the pits breakdowns, real filthy execution. This sounds like the soundtrack as you're led to hell or dropped in hell. There's more of a connection on this album, I think, to previous album. It's not like a copy and paste. So I feel that the songwriting, everything, this is the album that has really put them on this pedestal now. The soundscape of the album just has those horror-filled sounds. Guitar tone is the standout. It's so heavy. So much going on at the same time. You can't help but be impressed. Dual vocals, which I love. Got Simon and David on here. They deliver just brutality, man. Such growls, monstrous sounds. It matches the music. And David also runs Extremely Rotten production label as well.
Yeah, mate.
Which obviously very big in Denmark. And one of the fascinating things about this album was that final track, Ashen Womb, which, Jim, we had that Megadeth conversation.
Yeah, we did, mate.
It was, to my ears, the intro to that track sounds very much like Ashes in Your Mouth, which is the final track on Countdown to Extinction. It's obviously slower, but the riff is identical, and I still wonder to this day if it is a tribute to that. But you had a different track to that, I think, Jim. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it was, but
No,
yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, yeah.
It's similar. It has to be. But yeah, Penrith, it just is an album that just got me, and this album is definitely the album if you want to get into sort of some hardcore Danish death metal. So yeah, second album, Penrith, Ashen Womb. And favourite track on here is a track called Chrysopia. Fucking mental, mate. Scary as fuck tones, man.
Right then, Daz, you just spoke about an album from a band coming back 10 years after their last album.
Mm-hmm.
I've got one where a band have come back 30 years after their last album. This came out in June on Relapse. Dead Guy, Near Death Travel Services.
Nice.
Come on.
Just casually strolling back 30 years after that classic Fixation on a Co-Worker album with just another absolute arse beater. Like, it feels like they haven't skipped a beat in that 30 years, man. Like, as we said it at the time, there's a like Dillinger-sized hole in heavy music now, and it felt like this was the perfect time for this comeback. And judging by them crowds at Damnation, like, the people agree. Do you know what I mean? Like,
People agree, mate.
yeah, they do. You got hardcore on here, mathcore, metalcore. There's hints of thrash. Like, this record sounds super fresh and modern, crackles with fucking energy and urgency that defies the years since the last record. Tim Singer sounds like a man getting every pet peeve he stored up since 1995 out of his system. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's just fucking stored it all up. If you like Converge, Dillinger, etc., and you haven't checked out Dead Guy yet, honestly, get right on this record. Welcome back, gents. Like,
Yeah.
I hope I'm not 75 when the next record drops, though. So, favorite track on here, The Long Search for Perfect Timing, is an absolute fucking rager. Brilliant record. Great comeback. Pick number 3, Dead Guy, Near Death Travel Services.
Quality, mate. That's a great pick, man.
Yeah, cheers, bro.
So my next pick is a thrash album.
Oh,
Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin.
oh yeah, boy.
You know,
Yeah, boy.
it kind of hasn't really left the 40, although it has shifted about. But, you know, you just knew this was going to be a scorcher as soon as you saw the Jester Race-esque artwork.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you heard the lead single, The Sword and the Cross. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable track.
Unbelievable track. You know, it's weird because I feel like they are sort of weirdly underrated in a lot of ways. Because, you know, I heard a lot of people that kind of got into this and just like, oh God, like, you know, Warbringer, but like they've had a consistent back catalogue from day dot.
Yeah.
You know, and they're one of those bands, in my opinion, that are kind of a bit like Darkest Hour, that they put out consistent releases for a long
they're a
time.
band as well.
Yeah.
When you see them and hear them live, it then gives a different experience of listening.
You've got to see
album.
him live, haven't
Because
you?
when we saw
That's
them,
it.
and then going back to this album, it was like,
Oh,
oh,
hits diff,
shit.
doesn't it? Yeah.
It's diff, mate.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
does.
That's it. You know, Neuromancer, one of the thrash tracks of the year for
Right,
me.
fucking
Yeah.
hard as nails. That
Delicious audible bass line lick in that. The Jackhammer,
Jackhammer's a tune.
fucking
Yeah.
makes you want to like Bill Goldberg jackhammer your like nephew or something, doesn't it? Like,
Appropriately named track, that, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. And you know, Cage of Air on here is something that was a real curveball because it was like a much more stompy, much more slower tempo song with a lot of atmospheric sort of elements that they chose to sort of put in with that. And that I don't think that's anything that they've really ever touched on before. So, you know, it's when bands do stuff like that. Obviously, some fans won't like it, other fans will like it, and you know that's why it stayed in the 40. I think because you know they weren't afraid to try something new.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
That's a ripper of a record, man. So you know, Warbringer, Wrath and Ruin, get on that if you're a thrash head,
Thrash maniac.
thrash maniac.
Very good pick, Daz. So I
Thank
am in the thrash realm, but we are going slightly cosmic progressive thrash for my
Ooh.
third pick. This was out on Century Media on the 7th of March. It's the first Softcore album of the 40, and it goes to Cryptosis, Celestial
mate.
Death.
Yeah,
Oh,
boy.
cool, man.
So 4 years have passed since the very impressive debut, Bionic Swarm. We fucking loved that album. It came out at a time where the world was shit. It was in the midst of COVID, you know. But this album, you know, they did that live stream, didn't they?
I was
And it
going to
was
mention that. Like, that was
fucking
mad. It was
and that was
incredible.
another one like the Warbringer track. Seeing that live set, it was like these tracks sound better live. Going back to the album, it was like, oh my god, it's just come alive. But this album, you know, that had sort of a more of a death metal feel to it, and it was very heavier. This, I think, it's heavier in depth, but it's definitely more complex. There's a more sort of cinematic atmosphere in this album. You know, the technicality shines all the way through the 42 minutes. You know, just from the opening track, it unleashes like this symphonic sonic boom of energy, and that sort of maintains throughout. Quick shreds, hooky riffs, and some real melodic sweeping solos. And that, as I said at the time when we reviewed this album, it's like a Children of Bodom in space.
Yeah,
Thrash.
mate.
It's
Yeah,
perfect. It's perfect. That's
Yeah.
what. That's, you know, they've gone more progressive on this than the more death metal approach on the debut. Tracks more fluid, more layered than the previous. Songwriting, in my opinion, it's gone up another level. Being in this more progressive state of mind. Production is solid. Adding that cinematic void, I think, is key to this album moving up a level.
Yeah,
you know,
mate.
the added synths really make the track stand out, and altogether, this track sound really powerful. Lawrence on Vox really sells this, man. He's got great range and real emotion to each individual track. And he's got those power growls when needed, man. I mean, I think Reign of Infinite, man, he's got some depth on there, man. Three-piece band, I know. I still ask the question. You know, Lawrence is also the solo guitar player on here, and he brings some hooks, man. This guy can play. You've got Frank on bass that provides the beef. And we say hello to the Mellotron again. Remember that?
Yeah.
We love the Mellotron. Big fans of that. And finally, you got Marco on drums, who is so good, it sounds like a drum machine. Fast and precise. Ridiculous. Always going to be in the 40. Cryptosis just seems to be getting better and better. That's 2 out of 2 now. I'm convinced that this will be in another 40 when they release album number 3. Great band. Favourite track on here for me, In Between Realities. Beautiful track. So yeah, pick 3, Cryptosis, Celestial Death.
Lovely, mate. Right then, pick number 4 came out in October, the month that threw a hand grenade in the 40,
Yeah.
via Personal Records / Gurgling Gore. Pedestal for Leviathan. Enter Vampiric Manifestation. Blending. What's the shock depth? Did you think it'd be
I
high?
thought it'd be higher. Yeah, I thought I knew it'd be. I thought it'd be higher. I won't lie.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, same with Paradise Lost, mate. Do you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no,
That's the way it is.
yeah, you've equalised. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Equalised. Yeah, blending brutal death metal and symphonic black metal is not something you hear often, if ever. And our boy Kendrick has fucking merged the two together masterfully. If you took, you know, influences from bands like Deicide, Skinless, Dying Fetus, and blended that with the symphonic side of like Cradle of Filth, Dimmu Borgir, you know, it's such a great mix that sounds so fresh. And it's a, you know, a lean, mean affair. 8 tracks, 23 minutes, really well crafted songs. Production's great. It sounds fucking monstrously heavy, this record. You know, those guitars are big, but they've got so much clarity when them like tremolo riffs kick in, and the key symphonic parts that are done so well. They're really well layered in. You know, they don't just sound like an afterthought. They're integral to this record. I won't go on too much about it, but for the skinny on this record, check out our recent chat we did with Kendrick. It was really, really insightful, Def, wasn't it?
He explained a lot of things, man, and yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing it the right way, that band, you know, because you know, it is like massively oversaturated, the death metal scene, and a lot of bands are kind of just sort of doubling down on the old school sort of resurgence of, you know, the Morris sound sort of sounds and stuff like that. But like, you know, they've done a smashing job, like, you know, creating something that sounds so unique and fresh.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I can't wait to see what comes next after chatting to him because he's got big plans for
Oh,
album
God,
two.
mate.
They'll be
Exciting
massive, mate.
times.
Yeah,
They're going to
absolutely.
be massive.
Yeah. Favorite track on here, Summoning Sickness, is an absolute slammer. So yeah, pick number 4 for me. Pedestal for Leviathan, Enter, Vampiric Manifestation.
Sweet meat, mate. My next pick is Bleed with their
Oh,
debut album, Bleed.
fucking! I thought that'd be our.
I saw
I
Jim's
won't lie.
face. Jim's
Shit.
face was like,
I thought
That
What?
should have been Defra's album of the year pick.
I
do
thought
you
it was going to
reckon,
be
mate? I
ours.
He
saw
went
your
nuts
face.
about this, didn't
I
he?
saw your face go, Jim, and I thought, fucking hell, what have I said?
No,
And
it
you're like
just
looking,
twigged.
you're
It
just like
just
looking at
twigged,
the thing,
mate.
"Oh,
It just
could be.
twigged.
Could be.
Can't
Could
change
be.
it no more.
Oh
Or
man,
can you?
you know, just a great album again. Like another one of those bands, obviously in a different genre, that's sort of taking aspects of a multitude of genres and blending them all together into a nice, refreshing package. That not many bands are doing what Bleed are doing. I mean, you could argue maybe Astronoid, but I think they're not in the same genre really. They're doing something completely different.
Yeah, they're pushing it off there, and you got Soul Blind as well this year. They're pushing it in
Yeah.
a different direction. So
In a-
it's really nice to see.
Yeah, so it's great to have so many like bands having like the shoegazy sort of type you know, aspects going on. But with this Bleed album, there's loads of grunge. The turntable scratches are fucking great, man. Like
Yeah.
just pure Deftones and Trust Company influences all over this, amongst a lot of other different things. Through the Cylinder, I was listening to this the other day. It starts with a drum and bass beat that fucking, I swear to God, is Slipknot's Eyeless. It has to be a nod to that. It has to be.
Yeah, it definitely is.
It has to be.
100% is, mate.
You know, it's so good, and you know, Killing Time is in sort of the same vein, and the sort of scratching in that well reminded me of an Incubus song. One of the singles, I can't remember which one it was. I was racking my brains for ages, but you know, Ryan Hughes's vocals are like, you know, just absolutely hypnotizing, man. Like I was listening to this on the train, I was just like, just in another realm, man.
Back in 2001, weren't you?
Yeah, just back in 2001. It's like the sort of type of they produce the type of songs that should have been on a Tony Hawk's album back then.
100%.
You know, and Through the Cylinder, absolute banger.
Yeah, massive tune.
You know, but there's some real heavy moments on here where there is some harsh scream vocals, which I love, but they're used very sparingly. So when they do come in, they have like that bigger impact.
Yeah.
But you know, there is so much going on this album, and while I was typing out my notes, I was just like, oh, should this really be in bronze? You know, we'll have that debate till the cows come home.
We
but
will, mate. Yeah, yeah.
Probably should be higher. It could be higher.
I thought it would be higher. I thought it would be higher.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's nice that it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
At
that's
least
it.
it's there for
That's
one.
it.
Yeah.
And we've had these discussions before with the album of the list, and like if I went back, because I keep the Topsters charts over the previous years we've done,
so do I, mate.
and if we went back, that list would look fairly different, I would say. Like
Same.
they're always changing.
It's constant, mate. You can only really be true to yourself at this point. Do you know what I mean? As we go to record, is that how it would be now? Do you know what I mean? And that's the only way you can.
Well, that's the beauty of it, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
the beauty of it. You know, I mean, there was the year Zayo dropped their Crimson Corridor album. I don't think it was even in my 40. That would probably be album of the year if we went back and done that now.
There you go, mate. That's how it is.
That's how it is. It's a lovely, organic, living thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
the music charts.
It's like
That's the thing.
Vecna.
Yeah, it is. It is like Vecna. So yeah, Bleed by Bleed.
Great pick, mate.
Great pick, mate. So my pick 4 is possibly could be a surprise.
Well,
in the 40.
nothing's gonna top what we've just been through.
Yeah.
Fuck, Paradise Lost.
So this album came out 18th of July on Agonia Records. It's the 6th album by Abigail Williams. A Void Within Existence.
Great pick, mate.
Great pick, mate.
Love
Wicked album,
this. Abigail Williams have been a feature in the Black and White since mid 2000s. A very deep, emotional style of black metal with real cinematic style, but also a brutal oversight. This album to me feels more heavier and has more energy and just more of everything than previous albums. I mean, to be honest, the only other one that I have done is The Accuser. The last album didn't really do nothing of me. This just seems to have that little bit more. You know, this emotive style of black metal with plenty of deep, heavy riffs. I need earworms to keep me entertained.
Yeah.
And this style of black metal has it. It's got plenty. The guitars are the star on here. Soundscape as a whole is very enjoyable. Makes you want to come back again and again. There's always something happening. You got, say, the solo in Non-Existence is a real treat. Slow Sombra, it gets his claws into you. A great way to end the track. Still Nights is the heaviest track on the album, pure black and force, showing Abigail Williams have that growl and howl side to him, and it's got that almost that Fear Factory style riff that comes in just before the mid solo.
It's wicked,
I think
mate.
that's such a sick touch because you'd never see it coming. Embrace the Chasm. The intro sounds like a Cradle of Filth track. To be honest, that track has a lot of Cradle of Filth flavour about it, with the pianos that come in over the blast beats. Solos are all over, man. They're so strong on this album, man. A one-man band, which I was quite surprised. Obviously, they got the live musicians. And no, he's not called Abigail, unfortunately. He's called Ken Sorcerer, and he's the main man. And the job he does, not only playing the guitars, doing the vocals, he's also the producer of the album. Very talented man who creates a truly epic listening experience. His cleans on that final track, No Less Than Death, is just a nice feeling. It's a nice way to end the album, but still has that harrowing presence when it switches into the growls. And it's got like almost sort of Alice in Chains style harmonising on the vocals. So I think that's why that hits a little bit better as well. Drums are great. Mike Heller, he's obviously done stuff on Fear Factory and Malignancy, so that technical metal knowledge that he helps catapult the tracks on here from a black metal sort of standard to almost a cosmic black metal sound. Ron Cantor piece. You know, the album is about confronting loss and loneliness, and his cover art catches that. Everyone's doing something else rather than help the poor bastard who's hanging. So it's quite a fucking twist, you know what I mean? But yeah, an album that got its claws into me, man. I like what Ken or Abigail has done on here. It's a sound of black metal that I really like. So had to be there. So pick 4, Abigail Williams, A Void Within Existence. And my favourite track is Still Nights.
Yeah, Still Nights is the one, mate.
Fucking worldy, mate.
Still Nights is the one. Right then, Def, you were surprised Pedestal for Leviathan isn't higher.
Oh my goodness.
I think you're going to be surprised this isn't higher. But hey, it's in the 40. And there's 3 albums you two have mentioned so far that missed out on my 40 altogether. So that shows how strong it is. This came out in October on Metal Blade. Dead Heat, Process of Elimination is my
fuck out of here, man. No way. I know it's in the 40. Buddy. I know I shouldn't moan, but it's buddy. Fuck me.
Well, this is why I think we're saying this is why this year is going to be very, very different for all 3 of us. But Dead Heat returning with a full-on, like, venomous, savage thrash attack on this album. This is like an absolutely no studio gimmicks record. Just dudes ripping these tunes as live sounding as you could get. Like, they might as well be fucking playing in your living room.
Yeah.
This is that live and in your face, this record. For the most part, this is like 90 miles an hour, full throttle thrash attack, but they know exactly when to throw in like a 4/4 stomp, and fucking hell, it sounds so good every time they do it. Everything you want in a thrash record is here. You're riff after riff, solo after solo, dive bombs, whammy bar abuse. You've got the most throat shredding aggressive vocals you'll hear anywhere this year. Relentless drumming power in this fucking bad boy. If you're a thrash maniac, do not miss this, man, because Dead Heat proving they're the real fucking deal. Favorite track, Enemy, is an absolute standout, man. The riff in that track is so sick. The way it flows, the gang vocals, it's just brilliant, man. So yeah, pick number 5 for me, Dead Heat, Process of Elimination.
Nice, mate. That is a
Boy.
good pick, mate. That is a good pick. Now,
Man.
this might be a bit of a shocker for you two, actually,
Ooh, I like
because
beast.
right. So my pick is a cosmic tech death album,
Oh,
but it's not Revocation.
oh,
It's Inoculation Actuality.
Oh, okay. Nice,
oh,
mate. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
nice, nice.
yeah. I haven't got enough of this album, man. Like I still play this pretty frequently. Like I absolutely love it. I don't know why. It's just God, it's just so technical. It's so brutal. I think it's just so much fun as well.
Yeah,
Like
it
that's the
is.
main
It
thing.
is.
Like they're not taking themselves seriously, and I think the element of having a good time and producing like a fun tongue-in-cheek record shouldn't be overstated or understated.
Yeah,
I
agreed, mate.
think it can really like elevate a record, and there's a real sort of suffocation vibe in the way Nick Nedley like plays his bass.
Yeah,
Like Structure of Secrecy, that song like literally sort of starves you of oxygen. Like I'm holding my breath, like listening to it. You know what I mean? Because it's all
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
so fucking technical. But a bit like what you said with Dead Heat, like they know when to sort of like reel it in and put like a big old stomp in.
yeah.
The drumming's sensational. It's got a lot of deaf and atheist influences, I think, on this album. and
Absolutely,
it
mate.
and then it also borrows from like Suffocation, Decapitated. There's a
Yeah,
lot of that on here as well. But what they do so well with sort of songs like Anthropomorphic Vestige is the deadly use of groove, mate. It's the groove that gets you.
they wouldn't be on Maggot Stomp if they didn't have that groove.
No, mate. It's
Do you know what I mean?
so Moorish in it. It just
Yeah,
gets its hooks in, and it's just a real tight knit, relentless cosmic assault. And I really hope this band go on to like much bigger things because they're so fucking sick, man. I'd love to see him with Cryptic Shift, like them Cryptic Shift, Blood Incantation on a
oh hell yeah,
tour would be
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
super
yeah,
sick.
yeah.
So yeah, don't let this become 2025's unsung death metal triumph. Like everybody should definitely check this shit out, especially if you're into like technical death metal and Suffocation and stuff like that. So Inoculation's the band, Actuality's the plan.
Great pick, mate.
Great pick. Okay, pick five is this?
5, mate. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an album that has already been mentioned.
Oh, okay.
Created
Ooh.
Destructor, 1st of August,
Yeah,
debut
mate.
album,
Yeah, man.
Barbarous, Initium Moors.
Yeah,
Had to be.
boy.
'Another
2 for 2.
diamond of a death metal band.
Yeah,
That blend of cavernous old school and modern death metal, great combo. From the get-go, it's full of soul, like old school riffs, serious pounding grooves. There's nice pieces of melodic play throughout the album, which shows that they're not a one-trick pony.
yeah,
But the riffs are relentless and pummeling, man. Plenty of catchy hooks and classic. Get your bingo cards out. Wibbly wobblies and ice cold tremolos. There's we've said before, we've said it loads of times. There's so many death metal bands that are coming out, and it's difficult to stand out because if you've got 10 albums in a month, definitely, how does
Yeah.
one stand
Yeah.
up over the other? Barbarous do a great job of standing out. They have that sort of Cannibal Corpse pummel with like a Malevolent Creation groove overtone.
yeah, boy.
A band where every song has multi-pacing with each track. It's not just 4/4 all the way. There's always a two-step stomp. The mix-ups in the tracks is what makes it really interesting.
Yeah.
For guitar play, Tools of the Trade, one of the stands out. Intricate guitar play with some serious shreds, man, and blended with some sick grooves. Solos in here are great. I love solos that just come in, go out, come back in, go out. You know what I mean? Not like a minute solo. And we said that when we chatted to the guys, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Solos are big on here, man. The title track has got a great quick sweep of a solo. Conscious Decomposition also has very lively and very quick solo. It's like blinking, you've missed it. Travis LeBurge is a serious up-and-coming vocalist. He's got that cavernous delivery and range. He just brings real power and conviction to each track. He's got enough growl, but there's more enough clarity to understand every word. And I think that makes a big difference, especially in death metal now. And if you can sort of understand what they're saying, I think you'll latch onto it more.
Yeah, mate.
The other Travis, Travis Zupo, drums so intelligent, man. Every hit is hard. It allows the tracks to have that sort of groove element. Snap of the drums on here, like we said to, is the big highlight.
Yeah.
The drumming at the end of the Tomb Spawn and the beginning of Conscious Decomposition are great examples. I swear this guy's got 4 fucking feet, man, with those kick drums going off. It's ridiculous. Cody Fuentes is the producer. You know what you get with him. If it's a death metal album, guitars are beefy, they're crunchy, drums have the snap, like we said, vocals are layered beautifully. This is a band to watch. We said it at the time, and we'll say it again. So yeah, always in the 40, man. Favorite track, final track, Coupe de Grace. Absolute fucking worldie, mate, because it doesn't slow down. It's not an end track where it's completely different. It's bang, 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 bang,
It's just
bang,
double
bang.
down, innit, on what
Yeah,
they
love
do.
it. And beautiful. So yeah, pick 5, Barbarous, Initium, Moors.
Wicked, mate. Right then, we're kind of staying in the death metal realm for my 6th record. It's nice synergy there between the 3 of us. This one came out in July on Transcending Obscurity. Hesitating Lights by Floating is the record.
I knew this would be in your 40. Yes.
Yeah, mate. Easily the most unique sounding death metal album I've heard this year, or any year, actually, to be honest. You combine progressive death metal, say like a band like Horrendous, with post-punk in the vein of like Joy Division, The Cure, early U2, early The Smiths. Where else are you hearing that?
Exactly.
Like, you're not.
Yes, true.
It's bonkers, man. 2-piece band, singer, guitarist Arvid, and bassist, drum programmer Andreas. Super talented dudes, man, with a real unique vision. Like I said, there's not many other bands doing this, and doing it this well. You know, the songwriting's super tight. There's no flab on here. 8 tracks, 35 minutes. Hypnotic, brilliant songs that have really captured me. A really interesting, engaging, brilliant record, man, that I've been drawn back to over and over, just because you get something new out of it every time, and that is the sign of a really great record and a really talented band. Favorite track, Exit Bag song. If you ever wanted to know what a death metal band jamming with Johnny Marr sounds like, then then Exit Bag song is the track for you. A really, really great record, this. If you haven't heard it, please check it out. It's fucking great. Floating of the band, Hesitating Lights is the name of the record, and that is pick 6 for me.
Nice, man. I'm glad you put this in. It's just missed out on my 40, actually. It was a really unique album.
Yeah.
So my next pick is from a supergroup.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's Scour with Gold.
Oh, yes, mate.
It's gold, baby.
Yes.
You are.
Yeah, gold. But it's not, it's
Gold.
bronze. You are bronzed them. But, you know,
I was waiting for you to say you still said gold.
Well, you know, when you get a supergroup that features, you know, members from Cattle Decapitation, Misery Index, you know, and Pantera and whatnot, you know what you're kind of in for, innit?
Yeah.
Well, we
or do
didn't.
you?
We
Or you
didn't.
didn't.
Because I remember the shock, mate, when we heard this the first time. We were like, fuck.
Well, that's a lot. That's a lot as well to do with why it stayed in the 40 is the initial shock factor, because, you know, Phil Anselmo on here putting in a vocal performance like this is fucking mental. I mean, it
At
just
times you
it's
can't
mental.
make out it's him.
You'd never, you know, if someone came up to him and was like, listen to this, and then told me, you know, and there wasn't an internet.
Yeah, you
You
wouldn't,
know.
you wouldn't, you'd
You
say
wouldn't
nothing.
believe it.
No,
You wouldn't
Yeah,
believe it.
you'd be like, you're fucking pulling my plonker, mate. But you know, it's a really great album. It's unyielding, nasty. It's really intense. It's got some sort of pretty innovative sort of sounds on here that make this not your ordinary sort of black metal album. There's a lot of other influences coming in, I think, like from obviously the other bands. your Misery Index. There's a lot of grind in it. But yeah, as I said, like really 10 out of 10 black metal vocal performance. Coin opening with that death metal
Fucking
guttural, like
great.
blew my bollocks off every time, man.
Yeah.
There's some real sick shit on there, especially when he's just like Hail Satan as well. Like it's
That,
just
the lyric of the year, mate, isn't it?
it's the lyric of the fucking year, man. And the content lyrics sort of wise, they just lean straight into the classic sort of 90s theatrics of it all,
Yeah.
which makes it even better because they're not taking themselves seriously. It's quite tongue in cheek. Again, like they've injected an element of fun into this, despite it being a pretty abrasive listen. Like it's not easy to get through this album
I
in a lot
think
of ways.
that initial holy shit, that can't be overstated when you're picking your album of the year. You have to that's what you have to remember, that initial impact it had. It's easy for stuff
Yeah.
to slide out of a 40, isn't it?
Mm.
But I do think that holds a lot of weight.
Yeah.
That initial
Yeah.
like shit, this is fucking wicked, this record.
Yeah, definitely. And there's so many different sort of like tempo changes and style changes on here. They embrace like classic Norwegian black metal, but they also pull from like modern elements of modern sort of genres like death metal and
Yeah,
grindcore, as I said before. So yeah, that's why it's sort of stayed in the 40, even though it dropped down as the year went past. I think this came out quite early on,
it did, mate. Yeah.
pretty early doors. But yeah, Scour with gold, not bronze.
Hey, great pick, mate.
Great pick, mate. Okay. Pick number 6 for me. An album, when I first heard it, I knew instantly it was in the 40. It was just whereabouts it was going to be. It's a short album, so it's a short review. So I will get on. Rebirth Records, 30th of July. Their debut album from Scarab, Burn After Listening.
Oh shit!
This
Steph, yes,
is
Nice.
fucking... Get out of here. Carnage in musical form, death metal and hardcore.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. So after EPs and singles, a full release, they bring their full album debut 13 minutes. Sound wise, the heaviest 13 minutes of the
it is.
year.
Well, it came out of nowhere as well. I think they just dropped this album
dropped
on
on the
fucking
day. I think it just
Tuesday or a
Yeah,
Thursday
it
or
was.
something
It
mad.
was in the
Yeah.
week. It
And they're
was
just
in the
like,
week,
yeah, here
mate.
you go. Have this.
Mental. It's got that late 90s heavy hardcore groove mixed in with some serious fucking death metal, man. The whole soundscape is ridiculous. It's like Nails, Earth Crisis, Skin Lab, Early Converge. It's just all blended in, and it's just carnage for 30 minutes. It's fucking brilliant. Closure, one of the best openers this year. Absolutely mental. 10-Foot Shadow is full on death metal. It's fucking ridiculous. Animal in Pain has the sickest breakdown in it. And Nailgun, which is a great name, by the way, sounds like an even more debut era Slipknot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You got some special appearances on there. Todd Jones of Nails, he fucking gets everywhere. George Hirsch of Blacklisted, and DFJ of Innumerable Forms. So, they're pulling out the big guns early on, so that's why I think this band is going to go places. And I think they're going to go places because of the vocalist, Tyler Mullen, because he rips an A-grade performance on
God,
here,
mate,
man.
his vocals
He
are
has got
fucking
so much growl and energy. He just matches the intensity of every track. To me, he's got a sort of death metal, a more hardcore Corey Taylor type tone to his voice. And I think if this band continue with the lineup that they do, I think it's going to be a band to watch, man. I mean, yeah, like I said, as soon as I heard it, it was always going to be in the 40. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a
Favourite track?
wonderful pick, mate.
Yeah, favourite track, Everybody in the Way, just fucking groove fest, man. So yeah, a band hopefully we'll see more of, Skyrab, and this album, Burn After Listening.
Wicked. Right, pick number 7 for me then is a cosmic death metal album.
Oh,
Came out in September on Metal Blade, and it is Revocation. New Gods, New
Here we
Masters
go.
is the record. One of the most consistently great bands in extreme metal. Their signature form of mind-bending death metal with those proggy jazz flavors, as potent as ever. If you're a fan, you know what you're going to get with Revocation. Sensational musicianship, unpredictable song structures, fretboard wizardry. Dave Davison and his new guitar partner, Harry Lannon, just serving up riffs and solos by the bucket load on this. As we said when we spoke about it in September, it feels closer to the outer ones, which is probably my favourite Revo album. So I've gravitated hard towards this album. They're just one of the finest extreme metal bands out there right now. You got some great guest spots on here. Johnny Davey from Job for a Cowboy. You got Luke LeMay from Gore Guts. Wicked record, man. Favorite track on here is the title track that opens the record. Like straight from the off, I knew I was instantly in on this. First track, I was like, yeah, fucking Revo, we're back, mate. And
let's go Double D.
That's it, mate. Bow to your new gods, mate. Bow to your new masters. Revocation, pick number 7 for me.
What classic. What a pick. Right, my next pick. This might be another one that might shock you, actually, lads, to be honest with you, because I don't know whether you would sort of think that I'd have this in it. However, it's by a band called Buried Realm, The Dormant Darkness.
Do you know what, Daz? I've noticed this had popped up on your weekly grid a few times in the last few weeks, and I was like, I wonder.
yeah. I mean, I adore this album, man. Like it's the word gets thrown around masterpiece quite a lot, but like this guy, he knows what he's doing, because I'm pretty sure it's like, is it a one-man band?
Yeah, it is.
Generally speaking, as soon as I saw the cover work, I loved it. I loved the palette, the colors and stuff, and then the fact that Dan Goldsworthy was behind it just made it even more sort of special. And it's just such a brilliant mix of like technical precision, anthemic hooks, epic guitar solos, blazing drumming, huge gutturals, melodic death metal, but it really sort of like leans into like the more thrasher side of things.
Big like early soil work feel about there, isn't there?
That's what done it.
With the vocals.
That's what done it, mate. The futuristic hollow nature with that soaring, clean sort of vocal passage like on the chorus is just like, it sort of takes you into space and you're just gunning it around one of Saturn's rings. You know what I mean? It's gunning it around me. But Human Code does have Bjorn from Soilwork on it, but
he's on a couple of tracks, isn't he? There's loads of good guests on it, man. Gus G, Chris Amott. It's a class album. This.
It's so good. And if you're a fan of a band like Soilwork and like balls out of the bathwater, because this album doesn't like let you breathe. It's just fucking guitar virtuoso, mad drumming from start to finish, but it's with soaring like anthemic choruses and stuff. It's absolutely brilliant, man.
Jaws of the Abyss, mate. That chorus in Jaws of the Abyss is,
my God, man. And it's only 36 minutes long. It's like perfect. Perfect sort of runtime. If you haven't heard it, you really need to listen to this album, man. Buried Realm, The Dormant Darkness.
Great pick, mate, that.
Thank you.
Great pick. Okay. My next pick came out 7th of March on Metal Blade Records. It's the 9th album from my beloved Whitechapel, Hymns in Dissonance.
Yeah, I thought this would be in here, Def.
Yeah, mate. Always going to be in here. Whitechapel return with a statement album. They return with their old school logo that's been missing from the last 3 albums. This is like a new era of Corruption Part 2 sound. After the last 2 albums, they showcased their storytelling abilities and Phil's magnificent cleans. They go back in time on this effort and they show you what Whitechapel means, back to their roots. All the tracks on here are wrote as hymns, and I think maybe that's why they've gone back to that sort of deathcore era sound. But what they do is they add a lot of groove and a ton load of melody to it as well. I think if they would have done it clean, I don't think it would have worked. I think they had to go back to this sound for this.
Agree, mate.
Prisoner 666 literally bursts out the doors, man. The fucking guitar tones, like dirty, mate, and you can feel each chord literally knocks a bit of your eardrum out. It's that fucking good, man. And there's 3 guitar players on here. You know, there's so much melody, so many dive bombs, so many solos. We mentioned about Phil, he's an incredible vocalist, and on the Valley and Kin, he and the band really showed that there's a lot of depth to the band musically and vocally. On this,
He's one of the best.
Yeah, he is.
He's probably like my favourite, probably. I think he's probably is the best.
Just to change character from that Valley Kin era
Mm.
to here, where he just turns and he stays in like a madman. He's like he's fucking possessed. You know, that ultra gurgling, rib-piercing screeches. There's not many that flow like Phil, man.
It's interesting, Dev. It's very much like what Daz has said, what Daz has done this year. Phil said there comes a point where you just want to go back to your roots and the music that got you into heavy, and that's what he said he wanted to do on this record.
Yeah.
So it's like going back to what got Phil Bozeman singing in the first place was this.
Exactly, and it's I think they've just done it. I think after having the break, I think if the Valley and Kin would have had this deathcore sound, would this have still stood out? I don't know if people would have been still sick and tired of that style. I think breaking it up with those 2 albums, I think has really helped this album elevate more.
Yeah, I think it's a masterstroke, mate.
Yeah,
looking
definitely.
back now.
I said about the 3 guitar players. You've got Alex, Ben, and Zach. I mean, what a fucking triple assault that is, man. They literally craft and layer riff upon riff into breakdowns. The guitars don't slow down and they don't stop. It's a venomous assault. Gabe on bass provides the beef. You know, the string gang on here, mate, are seriously one of the best in the business. And the album ends with a real solid melodic solo that's really embracing. Got Brandon, who only joined the band in 2024 on the drums. He takes no prisoners, man. As ferocious the album is, the drums need to sell it too, and they do. Pure attitude. I'm just so happy Whitechapel are back, man. This album is fucking superb, man. And long live Whitechapel, man. Favourite track on here, Hate Cult Ritual. I think there's quite a few. It's difficult to pick. Every track has got their sort of solid meaning to it, but I'm just happy that Whitechapel are in the 40 again. So pick 7, Whitechapel, Hymns in Dissonant.
Nice one, mate. Right, we're on to pick 8 then, lads, in the bronze tier. Mine came out in March on Season of Mist, and it is Cult of the Serpent Sun by Night, Nite. A blackened heavy metal masterclass, this, man. Like, if you took traditional metal like Priest, Savatage, Maiden, you know, some 70s influence from like Thin Lizzy, and then mixed in like those modern bands like Tribulation, this is what you'll get. Like, I've always liked Night, but this is the first time a record's really like grabbed me. This is easily their best collection of songs to date. Like, really well crafted, great production, lush sounding, but with plenty of muscle. If you're a guitar person, Scott and Van's playing on here is fucking unbelievable. It sounds so timeless. There's so many cool soulful solo records on this. This honestly sounds like a classic metal record that could have come out at any point over the last 30-40 years. It's absolutely brilliant, this. 8 tracks in under 37 minutes. So it's lean, it's mean, stuff full of brilliant repeat listen songs that you just want to play over and over. Proper fists in the air, heavy metal fun, but with a real like darker edge. Picking a favourite on here was so difficult, but The Last Blade is one of
That was a tune.
yeah, it's one of the best heavy metal songs of the year. So pick 8 for me. Night, Cult of the Serpent Sun.
I don't suppose you've seen Nate Garrett's albums of the year on YouTube, have you, Jim?
I'm gonna watch that later.
All right, mate. No problems.
I would be surprised
Okay.
if it's not.
Yeah. So my next pick, mate, we are going with Heaven Shall Burn with their latest Heimat.
Yeah.
I don't really know how
okay.
to like pronounce it, but look, it's not an album that's breaking the wheel or anything, but it is Heaven Shall Burn, and they are a band that have been quite near and dear to my heart from sort of like the early noughties.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of nostalgia went into this. I love the artwork from Mr. Cantor again. He's like absolutely on
Busy
fire.
boy, innit?
He's
Busy
a busy
boy.
boy, and I think this is probably one of their strongest albums in a little while. The Machine Head esque harmonics on "War Is the Father of All,"
Oh
That is a
God, yeah.
which is the
fucking
opener,
banger of a
is
track. That
is
opening track,
it
mate.
is a banger. And I mean, just like most of Heaven Shall Burn's catalog, it's really intense. It's really powerful. It deals with a lot of sort of political elements and stuff, as they always have. My revocation of compliance and driving those left behind are like absolute face melters as well. It's
Yeah.
bookended by more mournful sort of instrumental tracks, which sort of they seem to be really keen on those. And there's a cover of Numbered Days that's like three-quarters of the way through the album that I've said before when we did the roundup, I could do without it. But having said that, the fact that they got Jesse from Killswitch Engage on the track, I sort of thought about that and I was like, have there been many bands that have done like a cover song and then got the original vocalist involved in some way,
Yeah,
shape,
I
or
can't
form?
think of too many, mate.
I don't think there's many. So then I was kind of just like, well, actually, that's a bit of a class act, that,
Yeah.
in all honesty. So, and in fairness, they do love a cover song. They've done Black Tears on Iconoclast, they've done Blind Guardians,
Oh yeah.
Valhalla on Veto. So it's not like it was an out the box thing.
No, no, no.
They even did Nowhere from Therapy on Invictus.
Yeah, I remember,
Yeah.
mate. It's such a bizarre song to pick, but they put their own
Yeah.
stamp on it.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's another great entry into their catalogue, and I love the band. So yeah, Heaven Shall Burn, here, Matt, is the pick.
Good pick, mate.
Great pick, mate. Okay,
Thank
my
you.
pick. Daz, you already had this album.
Okay.
It's a super group.
Nice. You found the
21st.
cover art on Topses.
I found it. I done the Jimmy lesson and it worked. 21st of February, Nuclear Blast, debut album from Scour, Bronze. What an album. So anything with the addition of Phil Anselmo, as we said, is going to be an assault to the eardrums. And Scour leave no prisoners here, man. They had a trilogy of EPs, but that continue that assault with more aggression and pure breakneck speed and ferocity. Members of Agoraphobic Nosebleed, Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals, and Misery Index. I mean, that is already enough to fucking get you salivating, isn't it, man? Sonic execution of sound from the get-go. This ain't Pantera all down. This is Anselmo in another fucking dimension. His vocals are so perfect, so much growl and screech, that it does make it very difficult to make out it's actually him, like we said. And him screaming the line, like we said, all hail Satan, is a cherry on top, man. It just shows what he can do in any genre. What a front man he is. Rhythm department of Mark, Derek and John absolutely put the willies in you. This is pure satanic black magic shit. This is a throat punch musically. The guitars sound so psychotic, so much rhythm. The way the tracks change pace, they never stay at the same pace for long. Adam Jarvis on the drums absolutely nails it. A death metal drummer who blast speaks like he's playing brutal death metal over black metal tremolos is a fucking win in my book, mate. It's ridiculous. There's 3 instrumental or stopgap tracks on the album, but the final one, Angels, sounds like it's from the Insidious movie. It's creepy as fuck,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
and just adds to the atmosphere of the album. Production is superb for what it is. I hope there's more from this band, man, because this is right up my street. And anything with Anselmo, to be honest, is. But this is just gold. Woo! So favourite track on here, difficult, there's a lot, but I've gone with Hell. I think that's a fucking great track.
Yeah, it's
So yeah, Scour Gold is my pick 8.
lovely pick. Right then, lads. Penultimate album before we get to the king. Now, Def, you disgusted me to my very core earlier on when you picked Paradise Lost as the first record. I'm going to do the same to you now, boy, because this album came out in October on Black to Black. Biohazard.
Oh
Divided
my
We Fall.
God! God!
No way.
Oh my God! Oh,
It's
mate.
not even fucking King.
Jesus
Brother.
Christ.
No, mate.
Oh my
It's-
God.
Look,
No, this is worse.
I-
You
than
call
Death
me
Pick,
the
I think.
shocker. Fuck.
look, I had to really think about
That's your
where
name now, the shocker.
the shocker. I had to really think about where I was going to place this, and look, it ended up here just because it's not something that's, like you said, with Heaven Shall Burn reinventing the wheel does, and I think that's why
I
it
get
ended here.
Yeah.
But the classic OG lineup of Batman, armed with an album that takes you right back to those like early 90s. You know, we said at the time, didn't we? You could easily have followed up Urban Discipline or State of the World.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Even down to production, it's got that unmistakable like 90s biohazard sound. Evan and Billy sound like they haven't aged a day somehow. Must be all the
They're-
kickboxing and shit.
Jiu-jitsu and shit.
Yeah, and hanging out on Mexican beaches with beautiful women. I suppose
Beautiful
that helps as well, doesn't it?
mamacitas.
Danny Schuler's powerhouse drumming, driving the record. Bobby Hamble ripping them solos like it's 92. Like we said, didn't it? They come in and then they're gone. And it's like,
Yeah.
there he goes, mate. You know, it's no exercise in nostalgia, though. They sound as fired up as ever on this. And at 38 minutes, man, it's tight, precise. One of the most perfect comebacks you could wish for from one of metal and hardcore's most iconic bands. Favorite track is Forsaken. I knew it as soon as I heard it live, mate, before the record come out. It's one of the best songs they've written. It's a biohazard classic. Yeah, pick 9 for me. Divided We Fall from the OGs, Biohazard.
Well, I need to pick myself up from falling over. But yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Fair enough, mate. Yeah, nah, it's all good. Mate, it's great. This is like the best.
Yeah,
This is going to be like the best one so far, mate. The album of the year shows, that's for sure.
100%.
It's good. My next pick's one that's already been discussed as well by you, I believe, Jim. Revocation, New Gods, New Masters.
Yeah, boy.
You know, as you sort of stated, like for me, like this is Revocation at their very best. Like they operate at their most creative when they sort of dive into the cosmic
Yeah,
horror aspect of stuff. So, you know, David Davison just manages to create these amazing soundscapes that are just built on a foundation of brutality, and every song contains like super complex arrangements and like the mind-bending riffage that you'd expect. Sarcophagi of the Soul is a standout for me.
great track.
Got that crisp Revocation DNA all over it. Ash Pearson's drumming is literally out of this world.
Yeah,
They just know how to write good songs, man, and they've just sort of ended up dropping a Mark 5 on the Richter scale album. You know, it's got melody, technicality, brutality, groove, and it's just another elite tier technical death metal album. Yeah, Revocation, New Gods, New Masters, baby.
beautiful, mate.
I think you boys will love my next pick.
I don't know why you're saying that.
You will love this pick, mate. And I'll tell you why. It's another softcore album.
He loves one of them, doesn't he?
Does he loves it?
Triple B Records, 17th of September. C4, Payback's a bitch.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
mate.
okay.
Oh, I love this. God, I wanted it higher. I wanted this higher, man. But I'm happy with where it is.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. As soon as I heard the first riff on here, it's just literally a death metal infested riot that delves into that familiar hardcore bounce that we love. And straight away, it was like, yeah, this is a bit of me. Lead work is very much more sort of metallic, and it has that sort of definitive thrash, punk, and death metal elements in the sound. This is hardcore, crushing riffs, swooping leads.
I mean, it might have thrush death because he's got his
Thrush.
big old dong out, isn't he? You never know
Well,
where he's
I'll
been
come
putting
back.
it.
I'll come back to the dog, mate, in a bit. Yeah, swooping leads into those 2-step into 4/4 sort of beat in a blink of an eye. 21 minutes, doesn't waste a breath. The atmosphere of this album is literally violence. There's some little bravo moments on here though. Perdition awaits. He's doing his flow, and he says bell, and then the for whom the bell tolls bell just dongs just as soon. I've said it before. And then it goes in with a quick solo, and it ends the track. Brah fucking oh, man. Hammer of Justice sounds like an early 90s thrash track.
Yeah.
Payback's a Bitch continues with his theme. You know, these last tracks on the album are a little bit longer and showcase this band can do anything. You know, they can do a more serious track and not the more sort of jokey tracks like in the first half of the album. You know, pure thrash in a hardcore world, man. Me and the Boys has the fastest 4/4 drum section you will ever hear halfway through. I don't know how they do it. Chico is the man on Vox, another madman. It's literally swinging his cock on this, like the geezer on the front cover. Such a powerful growl, man. He wouldn't be put out of place like in Napalm Death or Nails if he was in those bands. Production is tight, drums sound thick, bass gives so much, clarity of the Vox is clear, nothing gets lost. Now, the big deal, the artwork is the big deal on here. Naked man with a massive cock who's literally just annihilated a pile of bodies. Nothing is harder, apart from his cock, than that. And he is, which I found out, Jim, he's part of the Big Johnson community.
Yes,
and he was
is,
elected by the president, Horsecock Williams. So yeah, that's what you need to know. So if you need, I've just told you, he was elected in by the president, Horsecock Williams. So yeah. What an album, and this is the type of fucking hardcore I love, mate, where it's just off the fucking walls, nutty, but just has so much in there. Yeah, loved it on first listen, man. It was nearly the king, but it's just missed out, but I love it anyway. Favourite track is Perdition Awaits, just because that Foon the Beltol moments, goosebumps.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, the penultimate, C4, Payback's a Bitch.
And just quick shout out to our mate Justin Torre for sending us an email to say, yo lads, I played drums on that record.
Mate,
you were correct.
So
that was so cool. So
crazy.
Yeah, we'll be having a chat with Justin at some point very soon. So lovely stuff. Right then, boys. King of Bronze time.
Here we go.
My one came out in August. It's a self-release. And I don't know if you two have even listened to this record.
Oh my God.
That is the beauty of these shows.
Yeah.
The King is the Virgos. Lord Have Mercy is the record.
I haven't heard it, but I've seen the buzz about it.
John Virgo's not in this, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's the singer.
Yeah.
I have been fucking banging on about this record all year. So the fact you haven't listened to it absolutely disgusts me. But let's forget about that. So I got wise to this when Hardlaw bigged it up on its release. One listen, man, I was fucking sold. You take Corrosion of Conformity, Typo Negative, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Crowbar, Caius, put them all in a fucking blender, mate, and the Virgos is what you get. It is riff heavy fucking metal, grunge, doom, stoner, with tons of earworms. Super fucking catchy, super fun. You've got Andrew Saber of Harm's Way and Nails on vocals. He's got a really fucking killer voice that sounds like it could be from a long lost 90s classic. There's real hints of Pete Steele in his vocals in places. Mixed by Taylor Young. So it's got that. This has got a massive, hefty Corrosion of Conformity Deliverance style guitar tones.
God, please.
Fat, beefy, fuzzed up bass. You've got these like really hazy, grungy, semi-distorted guitars on here as well that sound fucking wicked. In their own words, on their Spotify bio, 38 minutes of headbanging, arse-shaking fury is how they describe their music, and that is exactly what you get. One of my absolute favourite discoveries this year, and a real deserved King of Bronze, this one. Favourite track is called Personal Thing, which has the riff of the year on it. There's no discussion. Personal Thing is the riff of the year. One of the catchiest songs you'll hear this year. If you look up banger in the dictionary, you'll see a picture of Personal Thing by the Virgos next to it. Fucking brilliant record this. It could have been higher, but I wanted to put a crown on its bonce.
Yeah.
The Virgos, Lord Have Mercy.
Right, Lord Have Mercy. I'm going to get on this later today, mate.
Fucking brilliant.
Right, I'm going to do this later. Right, so my King of Bronze is an album that gate crashed my...
You're on mute, Daz.
Am I muted? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can now. You just
Oh,
muted
okay.
yourself.
I'm mental. I swear, like one of these buttons on my mouse, like might just be like the mute button. That's probably why I muted our guest. Yeah, fuck knows. I'll check it. I'll try it out later. Right. So this is an album that I heard, and it gate crashed the 40, and it went straight to King of Bronze for the same sort of reasons that you just mentioned, Jim. I wanted to put a crown on its bonce,
Yeah.
but it could have been higher. But that's the eternal question, isn't it? The chicken
The,
or the egg?
the
Could it have
eternal
gone higher?
dilemma. Yes, mate, it is.
Eternal dilemma. It's called Sanguivore, Mistress of Death, and it's by the band Creeper.
Yes, that's yes,
Um,
mate.
yeah, straight in, man. It just absolutely knocked my bloody block off this record.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to enjoy this album as much as I did because I'm not massively keen on Ghost and stuff for whatever reason. Don't really know why. Although I do really like Square Hammer. That's a great tune. I do like that. But it's just really dark. It's a vampiric tale that explores romance and destruction, sort of using punk, goth rock, power metal, theatrics, and just traditional heavy metal as well. I just think they've just done such a great job on this because I was listening to it, and I was just thinking, fuck me, like every song on here is a stadium banger.
Yeah, it is. It's mad.
It's fair enough to like have one or two, but to have an entire album full of them is ridiculous. And big ups to old Stephen Hill for dragging us to go in and see him.
Yeah, mate.
And yeah. So I'd heard a couple of these songs. I think they played from that set. Drink the Blood.
Yeah, they definitely played that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
California Inferno. It's always in my head, mate. It's always in my head.
Mate. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. It's super heavy at points as well. Like Mistress of Death at 2:22, there's a real low guttural vocal and a breakdown, accompanied by sort of string instruments
like
like the
cradle,
violins
mate.
and stuff. Yeah, like super cradle. There's like choir vocals and stuff. And then there's a sensational 80s guitar solo. There's brass instruments that are included on some of the tracks later on. It's just got so many different refreshing aspects. It's mad. It's insane how they've like pulled from all these different areas, and to sort of have a concept album about vampirism and romance is a fucking masterstroke as well. To be honest, it's like Lost Boys, the
Yeah,
album.
it's brilliant, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really really awesome. Incredible, man. That's why it's the King of Bronze, mate. Should be higher, but that's the game, mate. It's the king in this tier, and that's why, mate. So Creeper, Sanguivore, Mistress of Death,
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful king.
the king.
Top kingage.
Absolutely. Or else Death got.
Okay, to end the show then, King of Bronze for me is another softcore album. It's a grindcore album. Welcome, grindcore. This was out 25th of April on Profound Law. Caustic Wound. Grinding Mechanism.
Oh,
yes. Yeah, mate.
Okay,
Yeah, mate.
cool.
Woo! Now, they should be a name that grindcore fans should be very well aware of, with members including Mortiferum, Corpus Offal, and Fetid. These guys know how to dig deep and get dirty. Caustic Wound, they've got that real 90s Napalm Death terrorizer sort of energy about them. Buzzsaw riffs at an insane pace. The transitions throughout the albums are so slick. This is more of a technical grind album, so it's not your straightforward, pure grind, grindcore album. There's a lot of hooks in here, a lot of multi-pace assaults in here. It just keeps the tracks interesting. It's got like that Gravesend modern take with undergang breakdowns. It's that good. Visceral and chaotic, short, sharp attacks. They hit straight to the point. Tracks like Human Shield showcase the guitars at their peak. Wah-wahs in there, slides and screeches. As the album progresses, the stuff they do with the guitars is really impressive. It's like a more modern grind, but playing tribute to those classic sounds. The Bleed Rail has a great main riff, and guitars harmonised right at the end. Infinite Onslaught continues that sort of Guitar Hero lead solo sound, which you don't really get on grindcore albums. But the end track, Into Cold Death Universe, is where Caustic Wound really showcase their abilities. Longer track comes in at 6 minutes 49 minutes. Different flavours, maintains a different atmosphere to the previous tracks. More of like a Death Doom atmosphere and delivery, which just shows, again, they can do something very different. Carl Lindstrom is on Vox. He's incredible, man. Those low gurges suit the mood. His voice suits those ultra aggressive 4/4 tracks and the more dissected 2-step stomps. Production is solid. Most grindcore albums get lost in sound and you can't make out what's happening, but I understand what's happening. But this has real clear clarity. You can hear every riff. The guitars sound loud and thick. The drums sound massive. It's got a real thump to the album. Nothing gets lost in the mix. It fought with C4. It was out of them two for King. And I just thought this, C4 might get mentioned in other lists. I don't think this will be in many lists. So I think it was deserving of getting the King of Bronze for me. So favourite track is the Bleed Rail. Fucking great track that. That's the best riff in the year. But King of Bronze for me, Caustic Wound, grinding mechanism of torment.
Nice.
There we go. Me and Daz picked Kings of Bronze with great big songs. Defo picked an album that's the complete opposite. Of course, you wouldn't have it any other way,
mate.
would you?
Oh, I should have had C4 in it. It could have been dongs.
Beautiful.
Dongs and dogs.
Beautiful, mate. So there we go, lads. Bronze tier complete. The Virgos, Creeper, Caustic Wound taking them king spots. We've already had some shocks.
Yeah.
We really have already had some shocks.
Wait till silver, man.
Oh my goodness me.
Excited, man. We'll be back very soon with the silver tier. Who makes the cut and who doesn't? There's only one way to find out.